climbing. Please allow me to explain the rules. First, the competitors must meticulously execute complex climbing maneuvers in order to successfully scale the treacherous and traitorous vertical rock wall. After that, they're over the wall, they empty-handedly exterminate any potential slave drivers. Once this is accomplished, they must race to the fabled finish line drawn in the dirt. Sounds easy enough. However, the competitors will not be allowed to use fancy rappelling ropes or expensive climbing shoes. Did you hear that, ladies and gentle machos? They don't need no stinking safety harnesses, nor expensive climbing chanclas. Can you imagine the excruciating pain that these athletes will be enduring for our vicarious pleasure? The reality entertainment value is priceless. But first, a word from our sponsors.
That is pretty cool. The different colors.
This public disservice announcement is sponsored by Alamoo Milk. Alamoo Milk would like to remind you that no matter how tan you are on the outside, Alamoo Milk keeps you white on the inside. And always remember our motto, Alamoo Milk. We milk it for all we can get. Alamoo Milk is also available in coconut flavor for our slightly tanner step cousins. And now back to the Mex Games. Bienvenidos back to the Mex Games. Today we're showcasing Mextreme rock wall climbing. The customs to this extremely dangerous deporte date back to 1836 when General Lopes de St. Hannah drafted an indefinite number of Indians for what's supposed to be a quote-unquote weekend getaway excursion to the sandy beaches of El Norte. They marched barefooted for several months across the roughest of terrains under starving and dehydrating conditions. You may ask yourself, why would any self-respecting Indian allow anyone to treat him that way? Well, General St. Hanny simply told them that if they didn't do as he said, the Diabolos Guerreros that were inside the Alamo Church fort would end up enslaving them and eating their women. Well, if you've ever seen a jealous Mexican man, you must know that when threatened with extinction and or the slightest possibility of a Sancho Gabacho coming into the picture, the opponent is as good as a goner. It was at this turning point in the controversial battle that the Mexican macho mystique took over, and the massacre that ensued is now proverbial hysterical history. But enough perpetuating propaganda. Let's get back to the game. The challengers are just about ready, and one can almost taste the excitement. So stay tuned. But first, another word from our sponsors. When you have to go and you have to go fast. Mex slacks when your bowels may move, but they don't get past. Mex slacks when the strength of your sphincter just won't last. Mex slacks can be found wherever finer chocolate laxatives are sold, but Cheap Big sold separately. Now back to the Mex Game. Mex-lax sounds like a bunch of Mex excrement to me, but now back to the Mex Games. The Mex expectations for today's athletic exhibition are running high, much like our two competitors. Today's sensational matchup features two fiercely fast foreign foes. In lane one, we have Martin El Mexpress Martinez. He's looking in exceptional condition and exemplifies the rugged, sleek design that these athletes are bred for. In lane two, we have last year's Triple Corona winner, Mencho El Mexplosive Menchaca. He shows perhaps the finest example of exquisite agility, combined with exotic looks, making him very popular with the ladies and certain men of discriminating tastes. In chatting with both contestants during the warm-up exercises, each had nothing but good gossip to say about each other's mexesses. Mexplosive Menchaca accused Mexpress Martinez of experimenting with extracurricular herbal supplements, while Martinez mentioned that Menchaca was nothing but a extroverted exhibitionist who tends to exaggerate about his extramarital affairs. I tell you folks, we have a exuberant battle brewing, so don't touch that remote, because we'll be right back for the exciting conclusion of Mextreme rock wall climbing here on KAKA TV Channel 2. But now, back to our sponsors. Alamo Crackers, the whole goodness of bleached white flour, the purity of refined white powder sugar, accented with a sweet hint of vanilla. Confectionery cookies made in the shape of your favorite Alamo Cracker. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to excuse us, but this edition of the Mex Games is going to have to be cut short. During the last commercial break, we've experienced some technical difficulties in the form of unforeseen developments. Since both of the competitors are Mex patriots who were here as political Mexiles, their temporary asylum visas, which were only good for 1 day, have Mex-fired. So they have been Mex-ported back to Mexico. Please join us next week at the Rio Grande border wall, where these two will be attempting to get back into our country. In the new Mextreme sport called Mextreme Chain Link Fence Jumping. Until next week, I'm Bruto Bonito, and this has been been a presentation of KAKA TV Channel 2. But before you change this channel, we'll leave you with one more commercial interruption.
Do you ever yearn for those years of yesteryear when Texas was fighting for its independence from Mexico? Do you wish Texas would secede once and for all and go back to the land-grabbing, slave-holding ideals that our forefathers and their servants fought for? If this describes you to a Texas T, then don't forget to take your daily dose of Remember the Alamo Memory Pills. This political consideration has been paid for by the Teabag Party of Texas, teabagging Texans one unsuspecting forehead and or hungry mouth at a time. This edition of the Mex Games has been produced by Alamo Productions. Thank you.